Absolutely. Go ahead.
We need to deal with the threat posed by the railroad and the Minutemen.
What do you mean by that?
Let me explain. The plans these groups have made to blow up the Institute and leave a giant radioactive crater in the middle of Cambridge. That's going to displace a whole lot of innocent people, and neither group has really thought this through. For example, the Institute has technology that can help the synths the railroad is trying to protect. If you blow the place up, they can't create any new synths either.
Tell me about the Minutemen.
As for the Minutemen, the Institute is a treasure trove beyond their wildest dreams. Full of manufacturing equipment and agricultural technology that can revitalize the Commonwealth. It would be foolish for them to destroy all of that.
Where are you going with this?
Look, the Institute may not be Mother Teresa, but incinerating their facility doesn't serve anyone's best interests. There's a saying, it's easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson is to learn to love your enemy.
I hope this isn't another Brotherhood morals lecture.
Don't worry, it's not. All I'm saying is that we need to remove the incentives for the Minutemen and Railroad to attack the Institute. And to do that, let's just say a few assholes from the Institute might have to disappear.
So where do I come in?
I'm glad you asked. There's someone I want you to meet. She's an Institute scientist named Carter Beckett. She's going to be visiting a nightclub called Club Snuggle.
Does it involve a back room and a handful of singles? Making it rain?
Weird, right? So, as it turns out, no one in the Cambridge area wants their homes or businesses reduced to ashes. Club Snuggle is located on the river across from the CIT building. If the Institute blows up, they're directly in the path of the explosion. To prevent a blast like that from putting them out of business, the club's management is willing to play ball with the Institute. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, I guess. Anyway, head over to Club Snuggle when you have a moment and talk to Dr. Beckett. When she asks you for an authorization code, tell her Beta 777 and try to keep an open mind.
What's with the outfit?
マクソン、ここにいたんかお前。落ちぶれたね。言いつけを守ってドラッグやら恋愛やらをしに来たんですかね。
Hello there. Do you have an authorization code?
Authorization code Beta 77 Tempest.
That's an older code, but I suppose it'll do. Allow me to explain our situation. At the Institute, we take considerable pride in our research. Decades of successful trials and experiments, striving to improve mankind's standard of living, and to do so in an ethical manner. For the most part, that is.
Your institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, I was getting to that part. Unfortunately, our reputation has been undermined by upper management's often misguided and nefarious directives. Directives about which the rank-and-file scientists are not consulted, nor permitted to express misgivings.
What do you mean? I could use specific details about these guys.
We're not allowed to ask broader questions. For example, what is the practical application of synthetic fearless?
元は何でしょう。腎臓のお肉のためとか。
mankind redefined.
サイバネティックはいるよね、やっぱり。戦闘を想定してなかったんだろうね。ずっと戦ってこなかったから。
tend to disappear soon after.
Another sob story.
The Institute's goals are either needlessly complicated or never elaborated upon. No one in upper management ever explains what the Institute's core ideology is.
ほんと説明はしてほしかった。
As for the people of the Commonwealth, many of them think that we're monsters. Perhaps rightly so. And the most frustrating part is that if we simply shared our research openly, most people would be completely fine with the Institute.
技術をうまく使ったら豊かになるよね。
What's your plan exactly?
The situation within the Institute has deteriorated recently. Sins have been escaping at higher rates, and the ranks of disgruntled and even runaway scientists have been growing as well. The important thing is that we have the plan to fix things, to make the Institute an organization we can be proud of. We just need help with the execution.
So, give me the details.
Advanced Systems has been developing a special weapon for the
ほう、
SRB.
テレポーテーションガン。相手を好きなところにワープさせたりできるんでしょうか。
Subject, fire. and it teleports them to the coordinates you've programmed. The SRB commissioned the teleportation gun as a means to recover the lost synths. But we have other plans. We've managed to smuggle the weapon schematics out of the Institute, and we intend to build a prototype.
So where do I come in?
The first step is to gather the necessary parts. After which, we'll build the gun, smuggle it back into the Institute, and use it to covertly teleport certain members of upper management to
嫌いな人を刑務所送りにできるみたいだよ。なんという独裁者スイッチ。
Be done with it.
We can't kill anyone outright because the biomonitors upper management wears will set off the silent alarms. So, this needs to happen quickly, quietly, and with zero loss of life. Once the contemptible elements have been removed, the rest of us can move on with our lives
とりあえず
and
部
get
品を
back
集
to
め
the
るところ
real
からか。
science again.
ちゃんとジェットを吸ってますね。いろんなとこ機械だけど、ドラッグとか快楽とかは感じるのだろうか。
The mission is proceeding as planned, Paladin. Well done.
うまくいってるみたいでよかった。部品持ってんだろう。よこせよこせ。いでてるででで。最近よく会うね君。あんまり驚かなくなってきましたね。仲間が多くてもう戦わなくていいまであるわ。デスクローナ女手を出すまでもない。
Great, you're back. Did you have any trouble receiving the components?
Not sure I'd call it smooth, but it's taken care of.
Fair enough. I'll need a little time to finish assembling the gun. In the meantime, there's someone I want you to meet. His name is Dr. Zimmer,
知っ
and
て
he
るわそいつ。
oversees the
フュージョンシティから出てこない人ですね。
Bureau.
なんか表情が色っぽい。照明のせいか？
You can't be serious.
Perhaps I should elaborate. And what I'm about to tell you is confidential. Understood?
Understood?
Dr. Zimmer has an interesting history. While he may be the director of the Synth Retention Bureau, it's just a title at this point. As he's grown older, he's become a bit, I suppose, eccentric is the word. Zimmer spends most of his time these days on field missions outside the Institute.
人造人間じゃなくて女を探してるよね。
Something you should know about escaped synths is that many of them end up as entertainers.
ストリッパーということでしょう
Well,
か。
you get the picture. The reality is that Zimmer has switched sides, and he's willing to help us undermine the SRB.
I don't need his help.
Ah, but you do. If something goes wrong with the plan, a quick exit will be necessary. That's harder to pull off if you're surrounded by coursers. We'll need to disable the security guards patrolling the Institute, and only Zimmer has the means to do that. Talk to him for details, and you'll see what I mean.
ジマー久しぶり。こっちのクラブにも来るんだね。
あら。
Ah, you must be the one Dr. Beckett told me about. You look familiar. Have we met?
Don't you remember me?
Ah, yes, the blue pills. Coming back to me now. In any case, Dr. Beckett has instructed me to give you this holotape. You'll need to insert the holotape into Dr. Io's terminal at the Institute. Once you do so, access the holotape and initiate the security shutdown. There's only a short window before the SRB brings the coursers back online, so you'll need to move quickly. Any questions? No? Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to.
バルキリー、何そのプレイ。筋肉プレイかな？
Good news. I finished work on the teleportation gun. Are you ready to proceed?
We'll have the element of surprise, if nothing else.
I hope so too. Now here's the plan. After you use Zimmer's holotape to shut down security, you'll have a 20-minute window to take out the Institute's management. I'll add the list of targets to your Pip-Boy. It's up to you whether you wish to take out anyone else besides the names in the list. However,
まあ、
under
予
no
定には逆らわん
circumstance
方が
are
い
you
いか。
to use the
一番
teleportation
強いまでやるもん
gun
ね。
of Allie Fillmore. She's the one who orchestrated this whole plan, and we need her safe and sound at the Institute to see it through. In fact, once you've secured the targets, let Allie know so she can take the next steps. Do you have any questions before we begin?
I'm ready to get to work.
Good luck down there. I'll wait here for your return.
Whoa. It's you. Didn't I just see?
いきなりインスティチュートに行くのか。急に目の前で消えてびっくりしたでしょうね。今回戦闘はなしか。安全にテレポートさせるだけだね。
ドクター、失礼します。
バレた？
最近の妙な動きにお気づきですか？
話しかけてきたわけじゃないみたいですね。
人間が行動したり、議論を醸すような意見を市民が表明したり。
なぜ？それのどこが変なの？
いいえ、最近の情勢を踏まえて用心に用心を重ねているだけです。
実はアヨも感づいてたのかな。それにしては聞き込み下手すぎるけども。
もちろんよ。ありがとう。
どうしたの？
ドクター・ヒックスとドクター・ローケンが
ああ、あったね、そんなこと。就任した後放置してましたね。ずっと籠城してたんだね。
答えはノーだ。我々は引き下がらん。制御室にいるのは誰だ？ファーザーの後継者だ。
ターゲットここにいるんだけど、悠長ですね。
しかし、ここまで来れたとなると落ち着くんだ。こうなる可能性は承知の上だ。
戦闘サブルーチン、敵を
コリドレンが素手でゴリラに。死ぬんじゃないか？
痛ましい出来事だ。
強いですね。
ねえ。
Something I can do for you?
I need to ask you something.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that.
You seem awfully proud of this lab.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
What's life like for a synth in the Institute?
I try not to think too much about it. That's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Why does the Institute replace people?
Sometimes we innovate for no other reason than to learn what's possible.
できるからやってると。
How many people did you infect with FEV for your research,
That was a costly mistake.
失敗は成功の母だって。なるほど、ゴリラもそうやって作ったのかな。
Any challenge can be overcome.
Things didn't go well with that super mutant problem. Research like yours is what destroyed the world. Don't you want this to stop?
Not at the moment. The surface is still too dangerous for life to truly thrive. That's why what we do here is so important. Dr. Carlin's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops. That Warwick situation was a real mess. But the prospects are very exciting.
You murdered those people, didn't you?
I don't think anyone really intended that as a course of action.
新しく農場を作ればいいのにね。農場を作るコストを削減したんだろうな。
Steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run. To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. The conflict is already upon us.
そうか、なら戦争を仕掛けられても問題ないな。対立してるなら争うのは当然ですね。
I'm done with you. I think it's time for you to leave.
Now's not really a good time.
It's payback time.
Oh, boy.
おお、便利だなこれ。
すみません。 Yes, yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't a good time.
The Institute has ordered me to kill you.
If that was an attempt at humor, I'm afraid it's lost on me. I'm much too preoccupied with my equations. Now, I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's been so very diverting.
That's awfully rude.
I'm simply trying to tell you, in as polite a manner as possible, that I am busy. Now, goodbye.
If you're busy, that's one thing. But I don't care for your tone.
Yeah, how unsurprising. I wonder how the Warwick family is doing.
It's pretty damned insensitive. Why would you say something like that? I need information, and you're gonna give it to me.
Bit of a blunt instrument, aren't you? Kellogg was much the same. Very well then, down to brass tacks. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. A melon plant that will, if my calculations are correct, be able to grow even in heavily irradiated soil. The fruit it bears will be perfectly healthy and edible.
この人、成果だけ見たらすごいいいことしてるな。ツンデレのツンが強すぎるよね。
All the enemies you've created. You can't imagine why I'd be standing here.
I meant no offense. Just, well, let's move on.
You murdering, kidnapping psychopath. I can't let you live after you murdered that man.
What? Now, just a moment. There's no need to get angry. It's not enough just to do a job. It must be done well. Being a member of the Institute means holding yourself to a higher standard. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations.
めちゃくちゃ焦ってま
Thank
す。
you very much. Goodbye.
戦わず逃げるのは正しいな。
Look, if you're a synth, you'd better admit it. I can help you.
What now? I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
The Institute has ordered me to kill you. How much are you willing to pay to keep breathing?
I see. I suppose I can offer you something. Here, we can spare a few of these from the armory. I hope that's payment enough for you.
5は3つか、安い命だな。ここからは好きにできるそうだ。
Please make it quick.
I take it you know about the situation in bioscience.
I'll have to look into that more closely, but now is not the time.
I'm here to pick up an order. 2 large pepperoni and a calzone. Name is Fuck You.
Are you kidding me?
I am the instrument of justice, and I cannot fall. Death has come for you, evildoer, and I am its shroud!
That sounds a bit like a threat. I'm sure I'm just misunderstanding you, though. Threats aren't advisable for someone in your position. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to
みんなすごいスルーしてくる。隠密だからしょうがないけど、できればもっと言い争ったりしたいよね。
悩ましくはありません。ファーザーの後を継ぐのは簡単ではありませんから。
あ、撃っちゃった。まあいいか。ショーン、顔色がいいが、治ったのか？
ね
え。You had me fooled.
こちらの作戦には気づいてるみたいですね。
All our work laid to waste.
I think we've done enough for the Commonwealth.
And you've decided this for yourself? Or has it been fed to you by the corrupt societies above ground?
Sean, isn't there some other option? Some other way we could work things out?
I had hoped we could be something like a family again.
おお、このセリフはちょっとくるな。インスティチュートがマッドでさえなければ。
The Institute's the problem. I just want them stopped.
A regrettable turn of events. But I hope someday you realize what will be lost here. You're going to have
安
to
心して
live
技術は
with
大
that.
切に使うから再定義されてない人類のために。
What's in it for me?
The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart.
Can't we move past this?
You're either with us or you're not. I'm afraid it's that simple.
Why do you hate the Commonwealth and its people so much?
These people are driven to destroy everything we've created.
滅ぼさないから解決だね。よかったです。
Before they can destroy us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
I'm afraid things here are different from the lawless wastes above. A society cannot be maintained without order. You know that if the tables were turned, they would not hesitate to wipe us out. They must be eradicated.
I wish you'd come with me now.
Willingly participate in destroying my life's work? I think not.
I've heard enough of your bullshit.
There's nothing more to say. I won't help you destroy the Institute. Just get out of here. You had me fooled.
They weren't kidding.
この人がフュージョンシティで女帝と呼ばれた人。ナナコちゃんじゃなくなったのが残念ですね。
Everything's taken care of. You're safe.
Well, you've certainly riled things up.
Any news on your side?
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. I'll see that the necessary steps are taken. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. I'll let you know when the review is complete. It feels like the dawn of a new era for the Institute. Now, what can I do for you?
That depends. How do you plan to reward me exactly?
I'm certainly happy to do whatever I can to help going forward.
I'm not sure what you mean. Got anything particular in mind?
Can we maybe talk later?
Sounds good. I'll see you soon then.
I'm sure you will. Thanks again.
Wonderful. You made it back. Did everything go according to plan?
No problems here.
Thank you. We won't forget what you've done for us. And you're welcome to keep the teleportation gun. Just be selective how you use it. I'm going to head back to the Institute and coordinate the next steps with Allie. I hope you'll come visit us soon. By the way, talk to the gentleman behind the counter on your way out. He had some intriguing ideas for the future of the Institute that might be worth exploring.
I was talking with your buddies Carter and Zimmer about making some changes to the Institute.
もしかしてこいつらがリフォームするの？優れた技術を全力で娯楽に使うんだね。それでもインスティチュートがしてたことに比べたら真っ当なのがひどい。
But what's to prevent leaders just as bad, or even worse, from eventually replacing them?
I'm not worried about it. I don't think they pose a threat any longer.
The same could be said about the original CIT residents 200 years ago, and look how that turned out. Reclusive societies tend not to make the most rational foreign policy decisions. If you want long-term peace with the Institute, you're going to need some degree of trade and travel with them.
I'm not sure what you mean.
There's an old saying, if goods don't cross borders, soldiers will. In other words, it's tougher to want to go to war with a person you see and trade with every day than with a bunch of random dudes you've never met and have only heard rumors about.
Why is that so important?
Because trade helps humanize the folks you trade with. It forges connections between people and promotes an exchange of cultures. And the mutual benefit from trading tends to help everyone focus on what they have in common rather than continually dwelling on their differences.
交流したら争いにくいと。そういうもんなんですね。
Jesus, what a mouthful.
I'm just saying, if you want the Institute to align its interests with the Commonwealth, you need to open the place up for business. Make it a tourist destination and let people from the Commonwealth come and go as they please to trade and spend money.
If it'll help a cent, count me in.
Alright, that's what I like to hear. Check back with me in a bit and I'll give you an update.